I never thought a piece of metal bolted into concrete would lead to handcuffs, a courtroom, and an HOA president sobbing in front of a judge. But that's exactly what happened. And it all started at 6:14 a.m. on a Tuesday, when my phone buzzed with a notification from my security system. I was still half asleep. The house was quiet. My coffee hadn't even finished brewing. Then I looked at my phone, and my stomach dropped. There she was, standing in my driveway, holding bolt cutters, staring directly at my disabled parking sign like it had personally offended her existence. And the look on her face? Pure rage. Let me back up for a second, because context matters here. I'm a disabled veteran. I lost most of the strength in my left leg after a deployment injury years ago. I can walk, but not far and not fast. Some days are better than others. Some days, pain feels like a second heartbeat. That parking sign, it wasn't decorative. It wasn't a suggestion. It was legally approved, city installed, and medically necessary. The city installed it right in front of my driveway so I wouldn't have to park far away or risk falling when my leg gives out. And for 3 years, no issues until Karen moved in. Her real name was Linda, but everyone called her Karen. Not behind her back, to her face. She was the HOA president, mid-50s, perfect blonde bob, always wearing tennis clothes like she'd just left a country club, despite never actually playing tennis. She believed the HOA rules were above city law. She believed disability accommodations were special treatment. And she believed my sign ruined the look of the street. The first time she mentioned it, she smiled. The second time she frowned. The third time? She threatened fines. She cornered me while I was unloading groceries. "You know those signs aren't allowed," she said, clipboard in hand. I calmly told her, "It's a city-issued disabled parking sign." She scoffed. "Our HOA didn't approve it." I replied, "The city doesn't need HOA approval." Her smile vanished. "This neighborhood has standards," she snapped. "We don't make exceptions." That word, exceptions, hit me hard. I wasn't asking for an exception. I was asking for access. Within weeks, I received letters. Unauthorized signage. Violation of HOA aesthetics. Potential daily fines. I forwarded everything to the city. They confirmed, again, that the sign was 100% legal. They even sent Linda a formal notice. She ignored it. Back to that Tuesday morning. The security footage timestamp read 6:14 a.m. Linda looked around. No cars. No witnesses. She pulled out the bolt cutters. And without hesitation, snap. Metal screamed. The sign shook. She yanked it sideways. Snap again. The pole bent. Concrete cracked. And then, she dragged the entire sign out of the ground like a trophy. I stood frozen, watching my phone. My hands were shaking. I whispered out loud, "She didn't just do that, but she did." And she smiled when she finished. When I went outside, the sign was gone. Just a jagged hole in the concrete. I felt humiliated, exposed, and furious. I called the police. Not the HOA. The police. When officers arrived, guess who showed up too? Linda, acting shocked. "Oh, thank goodness," she said. "This sign was vandalized." I said, "You're on camera." Her face twitched. She laughed nervously. "Oh, please, you can't record HOA business." The officer looked at her and said something that changed everything. "Ma'am, this is a public street." They watched the footage. All of it. Bolt cutters. The smile. The theft. The destruction. The officer turned to her and said, "Linda, you're under arrest for vandalism and theft of government property." She screamed. Actually screamed. "This is harassment." But the cuffs clicked shut anyway. Weeks later, we stood in court. Linda had a lawyer. I had footage. The judge asked one question. "Do you deny removing the sign?" Linda opened her mouth, and the footage played. The courtroom was silent. The judge leaned forward, paused the video, and said slowly, "You destroyed a disabled parking sign issued by the city because you didn't like how it looked?" Linda tried to speak. The judge raised a hand. "No, sit." She was found guilty, fined heavily, ordered to pay damages, ordered to write a formal apology, and removed as HOA president. The sign? Reinstalled. Bigger, brighter, with reflective coating. She avoids me now, won't make eye contact, and every time I park, I smile. Because justice doesn't need to shout. Sometimes, it just needs security footage.